It calms our mind and it relaxes our body. This helps to remove that stress. Walking out of class, I was moving so smoothly and I felt like I was floating. Greetings, fellow survivors, thrivers, and healers. I am Natar Tasset, founder of Thrivers Inspire Healing, and I hope you all are having a wonderfully beautiful day. So today's topic, as you can see, will be about breath work while doing yoga. Now, these are all based on my personal experiences, as well as some research and information, of course, that I have learned. So you're probably thinking, well, I'm walking around, I breathe every day, right? You know, I'm still alive, I'm watching this video, I'm listening to you talking. So what's up? Why I gotta focus on my breath? There are a couple of reasons. Number one, when it comes to yoga, right? A lot of people, they not only do yoga because they want to improve their flexibility, but also because for their mental health, right? For example, in my 7 ways to nurture our mental health video, one of the things that I did talk about was the benefits of breath and how breath can help us to relieve feelings of anxiety or sadness or anger or whatever. Because let's keep it real. Whenever you're angry whenever you're upset in any way, shape, or form, your breath is most likely shortened. What I mean by that, your breath is more localized in the chest area. You're not taking any deep breaths. So for example, your anxiety, you may feel closed down. You don't want to, you're just doing short breaths. No long, deep belly breaths. And the belly breath that I was speaking on in that previous video is in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, expand the belly. Out through the mouth, contract the belly. So, for example, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Right? So I'll show you. Again, I'll show on the other side. So you can see the expansion and contractions. Ready? Okay, as you can see, I'm taking in more breath. When we do that, not only does it help us to regulate our emotions, right? But also it allows us to regulate our heartbeat. So if it's going too fast, taking that deep, slow, rhythmic breath will allow you to help to regulate that heartbeat. Also, taking that deep breath, the rhythmic, slow, deep breath. Some people go in for 3 or 4 seconds. Right? That also can help to put you in that meditative state. And what does that meditative state do? It calms our mind and it relaxes our body. This helps to remove that stress. How does that help with yoga? If most of the time when we're doing yoga, we may feel calm, not just because we're doing the exercises, but also when we incorporate the breath. When we are breathing like that, we are nurturing ourselves. How are we nurturing ourselves? When we take in the air, when we take the oxygen in from the air, it goes and fills up our lungs. Our lungs are there and it goes into our blood supply and it goes to all the different cells all around our bodies, right? when we're taking in the most breath, we allow our cells to receive the most oxygen that they can get, especially when you're doing the deep breathing and especially when you're doing exercise. And I will explain why it's even more important while we're exercising. So, how does the oxygen help our cells? It helps our cells by energizing them. And how is that? When the oxygen permeates the cell membrane and gets into the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria utilizes the oxygen, the food, and whatever else nutrients, the waters that we do have, and turns that into ATP. ATP is the adenosine triphosphate, and that is the energy, the juice of the cell. Okay, so that's like the gas to the car. You're gonna need that juice for your cells. So that helps your cells. And why is this so important? Because when our cells are energized and functioning at their maximum capacity, we're able to live and to be as healthy as possible. So all of these things, of course, helps with the entire homeostasis of our bodies, aka balance. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, how do I utilize yoga and the breath together? There are a few different ways, 3, right? Number 1, when I am doing a certain yogic sequence, when I'm moving to a relaxed state, I will utilize the inhaling breath. When I'm doing an insertion, I am exhaling. Got the microphone here, guys. So this is to help so you can hear my breath better. Okay, so that part helps to nurture the cells while we are exerting our muscles. Why? Because when we're exerting our muscles, it's utilizing energy and other resources that makes it move. Another way is when I'm doing the breath, I'm a pretty sensitive person, so I can actually feel it. For example, when I'm doing a more intense pose, I can feel the inhale and exhale, and I feel it massaging of the organs. Massaging of the organs, as well as the additional oxygen that they're getting. Why not? It's a win-win situation. Helps it with the health, overall healing. And number 3, when I'm in a more difficult or more challenging pose, especially when I'm trying something new. For example, there's quite a few hip opener poses and areas of that nature that allow us to be more flexible when we continue with these exercises. When I'm breathing, it also helps me to get through the pain. So, and how does that happen? When I'm doing that rhythmic breath, I'm already in that very meditative, active meditative state. And so when I'm inhaling, all the oxygen's going in. I'm preparing all my cells to get this oxygen to be energized. So, and then when I exhale, I'm able to move more into those poses, and it helps to increase my flexibility. I also focus on that area. For example, if it's the hips, in my mind, I'm focusing on it, that area to relax. And you will notice this when the teacher, your yoga teacher, may say, on your exhale, try to go into the pose just a little bit more, even if it's a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, whatever you're able to do. And there is that reason for it. So this is what I have experienced myself. It's true. So if your yoga teacher is saying, breathe, get into it. Also, I will utilize more breath between poses to help continue that relaxation state. And this is how I have found that breathing deep while doing yoga, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, expand the belly, out through the mouth, contract. All of that allows me to do my best in yoga and actually get the best out of the practice. And of course, yoga is more than just doing exercises, but that's perhaps for another day. Oh, and one thing that I have noticed when I was doing yoga and the experience of helping to release the tension in my body, as well as bring more oxygen and more energy to the cells, is that I used to go to a yoga class twice a week. I would walk to class and walk from class. I noticed by the 3rd class that I've ever taken, these 90-minute classes, and it was like it wasn't a yin yoga, which is like a more slow class, but it was more the next step up from that, more vinyasa type class. I had noticed one day walking out of class, I'm like, I was moving so smoothly and I felt like I was floating. So to me, that was like, I got all my exercise in, all my breath in, my cells are energized, and I have released that tension from my body. So that was one of my personal experiences. And as I have continued on to my practice, I have noticed that with other areas of my body that had a lot of tightness. So let me know in the comments below if you have experienced anything of that nature when utilizing deep belly breathing with yoga. Does it put you in that meditative state? Do you find yourself more relaxed after your practice? Do you find yourself more energized, especially let's say if you do your yoga during the day, a more energized yoga during the day, and do you feel you have more energy throughout the day? In combination, of course, with your proper eating. So like if you have learned something new, subscribe for future videos in which I will show you more about my personal journey, of course, being a survivor and thriver of lupus and end-stage renal disease, as well, and share with others who may also benefit from this information. All right. So with that being said, until next time.